Scrapbooking, and this is my finale of Remember Today calendar kit. So the whole idea was I took a one cut above page and turned it into two so I could create an album instead of a calendar. And so this is the start of it. And I'm just going to go flip through these somewhat quickly with a little highlights of what I used for the various pages. So here's the first page. And this gave me an opportunity to use a lot of my stash and embellishments. Those are flowers that are acrylic, so they've got a three-dimensional effect. This one, I hadn't used my package of Desert Rose glitter paper, and it gave me a chance to use that, and also the Desert Rose shimmer brush to create some texture on my cardstock. This one was fun, and I used the colors that matched the layout and took one of my blob stamps and just created a background that was just kind of fun and splashy. This one, the right-hand page, is the original background. I took my water brush and my ink pads that matched the colors on the right and made my own swashes and created the second page. I also used the acrylic hearts, which I just love those. This one was also had on the right-hand side, those are the original printed on blobs watercolor. And I used my stamps once again and my ink pads to create somewhat matching on the other side. Now I love this. The original page is the center page. And I used stitched together stitched flower thin cuts and layered butterfly thin cuts. And I also used a stencil for card making to create that gingham green kind of picnic table cloth. So I created those little stencils on the outside pages, the 6x12. I also used 6x12 flip flaps and heart acrylics and made my barn door. I love that. Something fun and just different. Okay, the left-hand page was the original. And so I used kind of an opposite contrast. I cut the artistry stars from our Cricut cartridge and used our Stickles nebula that has stars in it to add more stars to a starry background. So it says Reach for the Stars, that's the title, and I went kind of crazy, I'll admit it. Okay, this one was fun. The center page is it, the graph paper. The outside colors are from Deck the Palms, and the little strips next to the color swatches strips are from mix-in papers. And so I decided to use kind of a light background, just like the original background, but something a little bit different. And I love adding some of the color to the outside, the 3-inch strips on the outside. This was a fun page. So the original had the full, that red stripe was the stripe was twice as thick. So I cut it in half and put it on the other side, and then took the half circles and made scallops along the edge. This one was, the whole background was that outside charcoal gray. So once again, I used the artistry stars, cut them in a dark silver paper I had, used the papaya shimmer trim, which is glorious, and just kind of glitzed up the kind of dull charcoal gray. I also used my silver thread that I hadn't used in a long time. Like I said, this gave me an opportunity to use a lot of the pieces of my stash that I hadn't touched in quite a while. This was fun. The original background was nice little dots. I took 2 pages of white cardstock and splashed them with shimmer brushes in the same colors: sapphire, bluebell, red, lemonade, and mint. Had fun doing that. I did it inside a box to keep the splatter to a minimum. And then I just kind of carried over the same idea of the kind of mint background. I used Capri shimmer trim to outline the original paper. So this is the last page, and the left-hand page is just the original, minus I couldn't match the little strip under that clover green. And so I cut a mint strip and added the little dotted line to it to kind of go along with the dotted lines that are on the original paper. And then I added wisteria photo backgrounds and added the dotted line to the edges, used stitched flowers and layered butterflies to, and also my heart punch that I hadn't used probably in 20 years. But I used that to kind of go along with the little hearts that were the original. I had fun doing this project. I had a ball. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Hi, I'm Dorothy Smith. Thanks for watching my video, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel and learn along with me. Thanks. Bye-bye.